What's up guys, coming straight here back into the video. Today's video is what if Scott was eliminated in episode 8. So what I'm thinking for this to work is the maggot still is the challenge. So Lightning and Joe make the merge. Is when Scott shows the idol, Zoe has a good opportunity to steal the idol for herself. So everyone votes for Scott. Scott's going home, that's why he used the idol. But now that Scott wouldn't have the idol because he doesn't, and so he stole it from him when he wasn't looking, Scott's out. Scott's one of my favourites. It's a shame. I thought it'd just be kind of a cool what if as well. So, bye-bye rats, and we're at merge. The only real difference we have is we have Dakota Zoid instead of Scott. So this is Grand Theft Auto. So this is basically the cars and the spraying challenge. We know how everybody else does, we just don't know how Dakota does. First of all, Mike wouldn't get blackmailed by Scott for his personalities because he's not here. Dakota's way I don't think would be good at this. Joe and Lightning would still be caught into the cage. Joe would still throw Lightning and betraying him this episode because Scott had nothing to do with that. And Mike, in my opinion, Mike would win immunity. If Scott wasn't there, I think Mike would win immunity because Mike actually did the best outside of Scott. But he was pulled in from the entire challenge. But it doesn't really matter because I just think everyone's going to choose Mike. Actually, the winner of this challenge chooses who to eliminate. So he wouldn't get rid of Zoe or Cameron because they're his friends. And he tells Zoe about his multiple personalities because I still think Mike would do that even if Scott wasn't there. I think Mike would eventually have to reveal at some point. I know you'd see Joe and Lightning as options, but he would realize that Dakota is a very threatening player. So Dakota Zoid would get eliminated in this episode. I just don't see how any one of these 5 characters, even if Zoe, Cameron, Lightning, or Joe won this challenge, I just don't see Dakota Zoid surviving in this elimination unless she won the challenge. And even then, that's very unlikely. So Mike wins immunity and votes off, chooses to get rid of Dakota Zoid. Episode 10. So this is the opposite, of course. We know how everybody else does. We just don't know how Mike does. Mike gets the bird like Scott does, and I expect he'd be pretty good at this. Zoe, Cameron, and Mike driving together. Cameron would still put the smoke machine in Joe's machine, because first of all, I think that would still happen. And Lightning's still fighting Heather at this point with the case. I only think that Mike being here, Zoe and Cameron would just do better in this challenge. And considering how good Zoe was originally with Cameron trying to take down Scott, they would just do better. So Cameron still wins immunity. Zoe also has the idol because she stole it from Scott, so I have to keep that in mind. So it seems like that Mike and Zoe and Cameron and Lightning are going to vote for Joe. So Joe would still get eliminated here. Because I don't think Mike being here would change Joe getting voted off. For me to believe that she wouldn't get voted off here. Episode 11. So this is Eat, Puke, Be Ready. The first part of the challenge would be the cooking part. Scott's not here this time to mess with everyone's dishes. I think Mike would probably win it. I don't really know who would win this part of the challenge. I'm going to say Cameron wins it because he wins it originally. I'm not sure how well Mike does. I think he'd be pretty good with his personalities. So the second part would be the race. Zoe wouldn't go Commando Zoe this time because Mike's here. Make sure that wouldn't happen. Cameron would make a deal with Lightning to release his electrical like the original, and Cameron would then grab take a ride on his back, which he ends up winning immunity again. So, and probability 3, this trio here is going to vote with Lightning. So Lightning is eliminated. It's a shame. Lightning's one of my favorites. Episode 12. So this is getting the flower from the flower, and all 3 of them travel together, and they all have the map. So they're all just traveling together, I think. And usually in this episode, Zoe runs off, but then sees Cameron goes back for him. This would still work, and I imagine that Mike would bring out Svetlana and would go out to save Cameron as well. So, who wins the challenge? And I think here Cameron would probably... Actually, I'm unsure who'd win this challenge, purely based off the fact that Zoe would go back to save Cameron. So I think Mike wins the challenge. And who would he take to the finale? I think it's really hard to say because he's very close to Cameron, but he's also dating Zoe at this point. But it wouldn't really matter because I think Cameron's coming third because Zoe would use her immunity idol to secure her placement. Actually, she might give the idol to Cameron. But I think Mike's obviously taking Zoe to the finale, so third place, Cameron. This is interesting. I've never had a what if with the same finalists. Well, not the same finalists, but in All Stars. So Mike and Zoe are the finalists of this season. So this is pinning the robot for about 3 seconds. We know that basically Mike and Zoe, so they both get alternate endings. Vito, Svetlana, Manitoba, all the personalities come out, and basically Cameron might be the deciding factor. And Zoe's winning ending is quite similar. She's able to distract Mike. She distracts Mike, getting him caught off guard, and wins the challenge. In Mike's alternate ending, all his personalities unite into one and pins Zoe. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm kind of sorry it wasn't a long what if, but I thought it was pretty cool to see what would happen in the season if Scott didn't have the idol in this episode. So and I thought it would be cool to kind of show the cast who was eliminated. So this is the elimination order. So the finalists, then we have the merged characters. So yeah, it is a shame that Lightning wasn't the finalist of the season, but it's what I think realistically would happen. Mike, Zoe, and Cameron would just take each other to the like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any what ifs in the comments, guys, you have for a video. And yeah, peace for all.